Hello everyone, welcome to the Steren Electronics webinar. I am Evan Kinsella, CFO of Steren Electronics. Thanks for joining us today. We hope that everyone is having a good summer so far. During today's webinar, we will be covering a number of topics, including our software platform implementation, the Steren Store agreement, August back-to-school consumer-facing flyer and promotion, a discussion of our freight policy for a limited time, an update on our AT&T and Cricket mobility plan, discussion around the regional convention meetings, and then as always we'll have our deals of the week by Mr. Craig Fellman. So as we get started, I will cover quickly the conversion to our new software platform. So I believe everybody on this call should know. If you don't, over the 4th of July weekend, we made an effort to convert all of the system platforms into an ERP called Epicor. This is the ERP platform that Steren has used for about 5 years now, and the Steren Store effort was being run off of systems that were legacy to Craig's new tech business. So we successfully made that implementation occur over that weekend, and as I'm sure all of you have experienced, we are still getting through some of the technical issues for resolution, including getting the correct orders to 3PLs, making sure that we got invoicing out on time, and things like that. So your patience during this process has been much appreciated. We know that once we're stable on this platform, you will see a lot more efficiency from us. You will see better reporting. You'll see better access to information, including a website that will be much more elegant and user-friendly than the one that you're using today for new tech. So as we move toward that, and we've mentioned this before, is everyone will get issued a new Steren customer ID number. This new ID number will be very important because it will link your records to everything in our system, will translate to the web, and translate to everything that is you and is Steren together. We'll continue to update you on this. As you see problems, please feel free to reach out to us, because this is the only way we can make sure that we address everything. We're addressing everything that we see as quickly as we possibly can. If there's something that we don't see, then we need to know about it. Next up, Mr. Gary Mahan.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Evan. Well, the store agreement is a work in progress, and we are very happy to see that this is coming to an end. We want to thank the dealers out there for the advisory committee for helping out with the overall program and helping us try to make this a better agreement. You've got some volunteer dealers out there that are helping us really well in trying to shape this into the best possible agreement for everyone. And so we want to thank them. But let's go over the agreement really quick. First, you know, if you become a Steren store, you get our best possible pricing. That's 10% off on all Steren branded products. That is our deepest discount, and we provide that straight through for all our stores that are on this agreement. It's now a 10-year agreement, and that 10-year has renewal privileges for additional 5 years after that, and then for another 5 as long as you're in compliance with our terms and conditions. You get protected territories for your retail store. We will not put another Steren store or a Steren dealer within that territory that is defined as yours. You have the right to work that territory, and we will have access to our retail branded private label products in that territory. Exclusive AT&T wireless programs, AT Cricket, DirecTV are an optional program. You have to be a Steren store, but then you can also sign up to be an AT&T wireless program, which will allow you to do postpaid and postpaid Cricket with very good commissions. And they are through Steren, so that we're backing those commissions. You will be paid for doing those activations. Termination clause. We have a termination clause. So 180-day notification at any point to the 10 years, you can get out of it. We don't lock anybody in. for the full thing. We need to earn your business, not lock you into your business. Branding and signage, of course, the Steren branded store privileges is operated under the Steren brand. We have our best credit terms if you're qualified. We want to provide best credit terms for you, allow you to have the opportunity to leverage our products in your community. Advertising and digital marketing programs. We have a 3-tiered digital marketing program that we're trying to launch with a grouping of stores. And advertising is an area that we're now providing with flyers and digital content on our dealer portal, and those are available to both dealers and stores at this time. Go to the dealer portal, and Jeremy's going to be talking about that soon. Promotional participation. We have a lot of promotions that we're developing right now that are going to be unique opportunities just for Steren stores. So you want to stay tuned as we start to move into that piece of the business. Minimum purchase requirements are established per store. They're not high. They are very reasonable, and we do that based on your store. We don't have a blanket, one size covers all. Special third-party partners for stores only are being negotiated right now, and we have great opportunities for those that are part of the stores. There's a lot of vendors right now that want their products in brick and mortar, and they want certain protections on how those are priced. You will not be competed against on the web on most of those deals. Integrated Steren POS system that we're developing and are rolling out are going to give you greater functionality and more online integration with E9, which allows us to give you your BLs directly back to you, and also copies of orders so that is watched in a much more correct manner. With district resources, we are putting field support team together, and there will be resources out there to help you in the field. It'll not only will be available on the phone when you need to get a hold of us, we're also going to be in the field out there in your stores helping you figure out how to make more money. That's what we want to do. Only through your success do we make money, is only if you make money. And so we are, under the store program, we're really hooked at the hip here. So the e-commerce program is a program that we're developing, and that is not a program that we're putting together to sell retail products around you or your store. When our e-platform comes out, the stores have a role to play in that. This is not going to be something that we want to drive people into your stores, not away from them. That's not our intent. And with that little asterisk there, we wanted to highlight, Steren does not operate any corporate retail stores. We do not have a division that competes against our dealer franchise division. We don't play that game. Local marketing program efforts were developed, and we've got those ready to go in a couple of cases. B2B sales program, you can give me a call for more information on that. And then we're right now finalizing some service modules that would be like product insurance or cell phone repair that are going to be part of this overall Steren store agreement. So it's really a robust agreement and has a lot to offer. And next slide. And our Steren store application process. Well, how do you become involved? So this is kind of how this whole thing is going to roll out. The process starts with the dealer filling out and submitting the application, and I believe we have that Steren store conversion agreement application on the dealer portal at this time for download.
Yes, we do.
All you have to do is download that, take a few photos of your store, cell phone pictures to include with the application, and we'd like to have some basic demographic like population and local economic conditions of the community that you're serving, and then a description of the territory area that your store directly serves. Who is it that you're serving around your store right now? What do you feel is your territory? Give us kind of a description to that, and then send that on in to us. That's what we need to see. Next steps after that, after we receive your application, is we'll follow up with a telephone interview to better understand your current business and your business objectives. We will then copy the Steren store agreement. We'll send a copy of the Steren store agreement to you for your review. While we're doing our thing here on this end, you can review our agreement and look at all the fine details. Your application then is submitted to our store our Steren Store Executive Committee for approval. We don't have one person that makes all the decisions whether you get a store or not, or whether you get this territory. We have a team of our executives look it over, weigh all the alternatives, look out for the best interest for the store and for how we can grow the Steren network of stores together, and then they decide on what that territory is going to be in conjunction with your input. And then it comes back as an implementation plan to you, the store owner, to review and for your approval or adjustment. And then with your acceptance of that implementation plan of the store owner, then we are ready to sit down and sign that agreement. Then together we can begin the process of the store conversion. So we're excited to have this in place. We're already got 3 or 4 applications in, and we're already rolling down to get this thing rolling. So I'm really excited about it.
Thanks, Gary. I hope everyone's excited about us making progress on this front. I forgot to mention earlier in the webinar, if you have any questions, click the question box located on the right-hand side of your screen. A lot of content coming out today, so there might be a lot of questions. And obviously, after you digest this, even if it's after the webinar, please feel free to reach out to anyone on our team to help you with those questions. Mr. Craig Fellman, it looks like we have some everyday low price leader content too.
So I'm up to bat. So thank you very much, Evan, and I think that was a great explanation, Gary. You know, in my mind, it's an agreement that outweighs any other that are out there. So in addition to the benefits that Gary outlined, one of the key things for me, if I'm a dealer and this is how I make my living, I'm going to look at you know, the basics. And what we're demonstrating on this slide is we've taken 50 top-selling items. These are not cherry-picked. This is just a random sampling of some of our very best sellers. As you can see, we've cross-referenced these with Radio Shack numbers, and then we've put out there the pricing on, you know, what we sell the item for versus what Radio Shack sells the item for. And I was pleasantly surprised. I knew our pricing was lower, but I didn't realize how much lower. On average, we save dealers 29%. Our costs are 29% lower than what you'd pay for an equivalent item from Radio Shack. And folks, that just translates straight to the bottom line. So in addition to everything that Gary covered, I think this is a major factor to consider when you're looking at the Steren agreement. So just wanted to throw that in there. I'm going to turn it over to Jeremy to talk about the August flyer, and I will return later on in the webinar.
Well, thank you. This is the August flyer you're looking at, and it starts tomorrow. So you will be able to enjoy these low prices starting tomorrow, and they'll run all the way through the end of August. Your customer-facing flyer is just the month of August. It begins August 1st, and it ends on August 31st. Theme is back to school, and I think they've done a pretty good job. It's a nicely bright colored flyer. And we've increased the size of some of the third-party items to give them more relevance and prominence. So we hope you enjoy that. It's available again tomorrow for you to download, and you can get that in your local paper. To go with the August flyer is your dealer order form, and this is where you can quickly and simply tell us what you want to order. The order of the items on this order form is the exact same order as the items appear in the flyer. So if you print yourself out one of each, you can go through it and see what you like best. And to Craig's point, you know, we do have the best prices out there, and if you buy the items in the flyer, you get even more savings. So, you know, take advantage of it. I strongly encourage you. Your prices will be in effect all the way through the end of August. And Gary wanted me to let you know how many SKUs are in there. A bunch. Gary, a bunch. I think it's 102, actually, if you want to be technically 102 proficient. And so the deals just keep coming your way. I mean, when will they stop? I don't know. Because if you take advantage of any of these items we've talked about, any at all, you'll get free freight all the way through 8/5. So absolutely no charge for shipping the stuff that's on sale.
Is there a minimum?
Is there a minimum?
Yes.
Nonsense. No minimum. You can order $1 or $1,000 or $10,000. We prefer you order $10,000. So there we go. That's what I've got to tell you about. And I'm turning it over now to Evan, who's got even more exciting news. Take it away, Evan.
Well, thanks, Jeremy. We introduced Jeremy to Starbucks coffee today. Just to come back to this, so the free freight qualifies for all orders you place, not just ones associated with the specials. It's all orders that you place with us and are delivered through 85. So please take advantage of that. Obviously, it puts dollars back in your pocket. Next up, thank you. Next up, we'll have an update on mobile phones. I'll leave Cricket for last because I have some exciting news there. GoPhone status, as everyone knows, we did the initial launch. We will be doing a secondary ordering phase coming soon. Expect to hear more information on that in the next week or so. AT&T had a full team of people in here with us last week as we're working on the operational aspects of being able to get the full suite of products into your stores. Obviously, being a Steren store in agreement with us is a requirement for that. But one of the things we're working on with them, which was very exciting, is the in-store AT&T experience area that right now is destined to showcase DirecTV, Apple, and obviously postpaid. And then there'll also be a section dedicated to Cricket, which will, for the long term, be the in-store activated prepaid program, which is a great complement to your postpaid products and obviously a great complement to your grab-and-go or box programs. With Cricket, great news. The grab-and-go program is ready for launch. Here's the timeline. We're going to have a 2-week ordering period starting this Monday, July 25th, closing Friday, August 5th. Deliveries of in-store displays to all participants and your devices that you ordered are targeted for the week of August 22nd. Each store that participates will be sent a tower display that's provided by Cricket. Jeremy and I were on the phone with the design team about a week ago. It's a very nice looking in-store tower display. You'll be very pleased with it. Cricket requires us to have that display in your store to present their products, but I'm sure that you'll find a great location for it, and the Cricket program should be able to drive really good profits for you as we go forward closer to the in-store activated program. We're also working with Cricket to launch a national and regional PR campaign that will be aligned with the availability of product in your store. We're working through the details on that. We'll give you more details as we get closer, but expect that there will be some PR associated with this. Cricket is very, very excited and is embracing the Steren store concept and wants to make sure that the public knows about our partnership and drives traffic to your store. In addition, we're working on having search capability in Cricket's site so that anybody close to your store that's looking for Cricket will be directed to your store. I'm not sure today if that will be available for this initial launch, but it is in the IT plan as discussed yesterday with their IT team. So very exciting on that. Cricket is really looking to help to drive traffic to the store, obviously to their benefit, but that benefits all of us.
Evan, if I'm a dealer, can I participate in the grab-and-go Cricket program?
I'm glad you asked that. The next thing I wanted to talk about was, what are the participation requirements, Gary? Gary must be reading off my secret slide that's not included in the deck. First off, you must have an executed Steren authorized dealer agreement on file. If you do not have one, please request one, get it from the dealer portal, and submit it. So you do not have to be a Steren store, converted store, new store, just beyond the Steren authorized dealer agreement with us. In addition to that, you will have to execute an addendum specific to AT&T and Cricket. That addendum will be available on the dealer portal on Monday. So make sure if you already have executed an authorized dealer agreement that you go grab that addendum. It is a requirement by AT&T and Cricket, and it's very specific to protection of their marks, as you would expect. You must have an AT&T Cricket application on file with us. If not, once again, please go to the dealer portal, get it. Call Jen, call Teresa, call anyone on our team, and they can help you if you're having problems. Submit those pre-order forms no later than 5 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, Friday, August 5th. We have to have a hard stop on this program to make sure we align with the PR campaign that Cricket wants to launch. And so we have to get our orders in, align with all of the stores that need the in-store display shipped to, and so forth. All of the documents and all the information will be available on the dealer portal. I'm sure Jeremy will have some pretty cool marketing stuff up there as we get closer. The pre-order form will have pictures of the phones, but we will come up with some quote-unquote sell sheets that you can look at that will have more information on them. In addition, and this is where I'm going to channel my inner Jeremy, by placing an order with the Cricket launch, you will also receive an extra 5% discount on all mobility products. The savings keep coming, Jeremy.
They do. This is so exciting.
Okay, no more Starbucks for Jeremy. No, honestly, long time coming. We know Cricket is a great vehicle for you to start to drive more traffic to your store. Cricket is a much more exclusive product line than the GoPhone product line and is not available everywhere. Cricket has been fabulous with us. Obviously, it's been a little bit long in the tooth on us trying to get this launched, but getting this launched is the first step to that in-store activated program, which really is the end game that we're going for. So we encourage everyone to participate in this launch. Once we successfully launch this, then we'll get to phase 2 on that, and ultimately we will have a stocking inventory model for all GoPhone and Cricket grab-and-go devices. So next, we will turn it back to Craig up at Simi Valley. Let's talk about our convention meetings there, Craig.
All right. Fantastic news on Cricket. I am stoked. And I'm also stoked that we're going to have the opportunity to get out on the road, myself and the rest of the sales team leadership. And as you know from our last meeting, we're going to do this in now 8 different regions of the country. Just to cover again, the reason that we went with this approach is we felt that we would get much better participation, and that has been proven to be true. You know, as we discussed last time, a lot of dealers are now, you know, owner-operators, and it was tough for them to get away for 3 or 4 days to go to a central nationalized convention. So that was the thinking behind doing these regionally. So we want to be more inclusive. We want to, you know, compact the meeting into a single day as opposed to tying up several of your days. And like I say, we've had fantastic response, and we'll continue to reach out to each dealer and answer your questions, and hope to see you at these regional meetings. So, you know, we're going to cover all the typical stuff. We're going to talk about the product direction that we see for the future. We're going to answer all your questions on the dealer agreement, the store agreement. We're going to talk about our plans for Black Friday and Q4 promotions. We'll be able to talk about your or discuss any questions you may have on AT&T commission programs. We'll go into detail about the POS system and how it works. And we're told that we will have representatives from Cricket and AT&T at many of the meetings, so they'll be able to train you and answer questions in regards to those products. But as I say, if you move the slide. Can you roll the slide?
There you go, Craig.
We've got the schedule up.
Okay. So as you can see, we have the 7 cities we discussed last time, and we added San Diego. It'll be our final stop on our world tour. That's going to be geared for the guys based in the Southwest, California, etc. But we're very excited to get out there, and in many cases we're going to be able to go visit some of your stores, and that will be a fantastic experience. But I encourage you to go online to our dealer care portal to gather more details on the show. Of course, myself and all of our sales staff are always available to answer any questions you may have. But please mark your calendars for these dates. This is a really big deal, and I think it will pay big dividends for all those that attend.
Hey, Craig, can you hold on a second? I think we might be having a little technical difficulty.
Sure.
I think we've almost got it, folks. Be patient.
Yeah, we talked.
Yeah, tell you what, hey Craig, were you going to talk to the schedule, or were you done with that?
Yeah, I'd love to. If are you able to put that slide up with the cities and the dates?
We are not, but I can read them to you if you'd like. We've got.
All right. Well, go ahead, Jeremy.
All right. So August 30th is Boston, Massachusetts. September 2nd, Charlotte, North Carolina. September 8th is Grand Rapids, Michigan. September 12th, San Antonio, Texas. The 14th of September is Kansas City, Kansas. September 17th, Portland, Oregon. September 20th, Billings, Montana. And September 24th was the one we've added. It's the San Diego convention at the headquarters here. So, yeah, we will be on the dealer portal for anybody that wasn't writing down every last word I said.
All right. Well, thank you, Jeremy. So again, any questions? If you're interested in attending, you have questions, by all means, reach out to our sales staff or our support staff. We're more than happy to get those questions answered. So I'm going to ad-lib a little bit on the deals of the week. For the Steren products, we've selected 4 Steren branded Bluetooth headsets. Kicking off our offering is the part number AUD771. This is your slimline earpiece. This would be geared mostly to cell phones, monaural, again for mostly cell phone conversations. If you are a Steren store, you can purchase that for a mere $10.51. That has a $19.99 retail. By my math, that's darn near a 50% markup. Next in line, we have the model AUD788. This is a stereo Bluetooth earpieces that are designed for your activewear or joggers and bikers and people that go to the gym, etc. It's got that snug fit design where it stays in the ear even if you're jumping around, and we've got those on sale to the Steren dealers, or pardon me, the Steren store for a mere $12.94. That has a suggested retail of $24.99. Next in line, AUD777. Similar to the last one I spoke about, this is a stereo Bluetooth earbuds. Again, would be a good choice for active people. This one has the super comfortable cushioned, they call them gummy earpieces. That one running on sale at $14.56 with a suggested retail of $29.99. And then our grand finale, item number AUD-785. This is a very cool product. These are a full-size, over-the-head cushioned headphone. Super comfortable on your ears. It's got the noise-blocking design to block out outside noise. The sound quality is truly fantastic on these. And then the added kicker, the added bonus, is that these are a 2-in-1. They're both a headphone as well as a speaker. On the outside of your ear cups are built-in speakers, so with the flip of a little button or push of a little button, you can convert to internal headphones to external speakers. And again, fantastic sound quality. Those are on sale to the Steren stores at $32.38. They have a suggested retail of $69.99. Again, margins I don't think you're going to find anywhere else. So that covers the Steren branded deals of the week. Next, I'll turn over to the third-party branded deal of the week. This one's pretty straightforward. A lot of you currently purchase this. We're running or featuring the Wilson Little Wheel magnetic mount CB antenna, known as the world's #1 selling CB antenna. These are on sale to at $23.38. The suggested retail is $44.99. Again, exceptionally good margins. I would also point out the little wheel that we stock comes in the full clamshell package. I know that that's preferable to most dealers because both the magnet mount and the cable and the steel whip are all in one package, as opposed to the way some other distributors sell it with those things packaged separately. But take advantage of that. That sale is good for 2 weeks. It expires on Wednesday, August 3rd. And you're saving 10% off your normal cost. And then my grand finale, the ever famous Flash deal. This week we are featuring the Steren branded HDMI to component adapter. So this allows you to play HDMI devices through your component outlets. This would compare to the Radio Shack number 15-549. These are on sale at $14.38. That is 20% off your normal cost. That is a one-day deal. It expires tomorrow, Friday, July 22nd at midnight. So we welcome your questions at the end of the webinar. At this point, I will turn it over to Evan for our calls to action.
Thanks, Craig, and apologies again for the technical difficulties. Hopefully everybody can follow along via voice, and we'll make sure that the full presentation is loaded onto the dealer portal so you can go and look at it. So that we should be able to help you in that way. Some simple calls to action before I get to some questions, and then I'll follow up with some more discrete ones. Make sure you participate in the August consumer-facing flyer that Jeremy talked about. Hopefully we can drive some good traffic to your stores, and that those products can create some good profitability given the promotion program on it. Make sure you go to the Steren Dealer Care Portal for all of your needs. Make sure you go there. We have documents, updates, information, anything you need is probably there. If not, you can always hit the question mark and submit a question directly to our team. To be part of the wireless programs, we need to make sure we have your AT&T dealer forms on file. I'll talk at the end again to remind everybody on the requirements for the Cricket launch, which is going to start on Monday. Next webinar, Thursday, August 4th, 1 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Let me get to some questions. First question is, when will we be getting our AT&T Go Phone brochures? That is an excellent question. I wish I had a definitive answer for you. So the brochures are available. We put in the order, and we do not have tracking information on those arriving in our facility yet. As soon as we do, we'll make sure that information is available to everybody. Obviously, the hiccup was on AT&T side. We apologize for that hiccup. But as soon as we have it, anybody that had already ordered them in the initial launch, we'll get those out to you. And then obviously, we requested even more than that so we could support our second phase of GoPhone. Next question is, will the IDOSoft POS be the basis for the Steren POS system? That also is a great question. And as you know, we have worked closely with Alan Friend here at Steren. Jeremy works closely with him while he was still at Radio Shack. So the preference right now, obviously, is to make that platform work for you and for us. The future, we may go a different direction, but for now, let's assume that all eyes are focused on making that platform work for you, making it sync up with our platforms to make business more efficient and easy for you. Next question. Jeremy, I'll kick this one to you. Can you provide the flyer lineup in SKU order?
Yes, we can. Certainly we can. So right now, I've been putting it in the same order as what's in the printed flyer, assuming that you both print them out and look at them both together. I can see that's not the way that everybody wants it, and so I'll give you two PDFs, and we'll indicate which one's sorted in SKU order and which one's sorted in flyer order.
Perfect. Thanks, Jeremy. Next question. If I start with the Cricket Box program and then transition to the in-store activation program, will I be able to sell older inventory on the new program and receive commission? So if I understand that question correctly, what would be required in order to do that is that the devices on the lineup for Grab and Go are the same as the devices that will link up in the in-store activated program. We don't know the device roadmap yet for the in-store activated program. In theory, if those devices translate over, then you're getting paid commission on activation. Cricket won't care how you got the phone, if it was in a box or you in-store activated it. So in theory, you should be able to do that, but we won't know specifically until Jeremy and I have that longer-term product roadmap that aligns the in-store and cross it over to the box program. Can we sell other prepaid phones along with Cricket, or is this Cricket exclusive? Great question. So as we've been messaging for a few weeks now, it's not a few months. Obviously, the long-term plan is a Steren store, and our agreement with AT&T/Cricket is that a Steren store, once it starts to sell Cricket, GoPhone, AT&T in their store, they will be exclusive to the AT&T platform of programs and services. Okay, that's great because they're a great partner. They're going to drive traffic to your business. In the interim, while we're still working out all the operational elements and getting all the programs in place so that we can present AT&T Cricket in your stores professionally, it is not an exclusive program. So today, you can participate in GoPhone, Cricket, Grab and Go, whatever program you want under the AT&T and Cricket umbrella, and still sell other items next door to it that you are currently providing. But at some point, there will be a decision you will have to make in your business. We believe the decision will be made fairly simple for you based on the lucrative commissions that will be provided in the in-store activated program. When will financials for the in-store activation program be available for us to review? When we have all the final information from Cricket on the entirety of that program available, obviously we will present that to everyone holistically, including the amount of commissions for activations and other elements of the program, also credit terms and any other elements associated with that, chargeback periods, all of that great stuff. So it's impossible for me today to go and define that. I want to make sure I present that as a holistic program so you see the entirety of it. If I answer one element of it and you make a decision on the one element, there's a risk you'll make the wrong decision. When will we know the location of the hotel or convention centers for the regional conventions? Gary Mahan.
We will have that on the dealer portal next week, probably be on Tuesday. We are blocking available rooms. If the dealers wish to stay overnight, where there will be rooms at Steren rate available at those hotels. And we'll have that list out on Tuesday.
Great. Thanks, Gary. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed the webinar today. Sorry about the technical difficulty on the presentation portion of it, but hopefully the content was good. Very excited on a number of fronts. Obviously, looking at August and the promotions we have going every time. Craig loves those deals of the week, so make sure you take advantage of those. The Cricket Launch Program obviously is a really big mover for us. Remember, starting this Monday, we can accept pre-order forms. You must have an executed dealer agreement on file. You must execute the AT&T Cricket Addendum. You must have completed and submitted an AT&T and Cricket application, and get those orders in no later than Friday, August 5th, so we can align with Cricket and make sure the PR programs and everything are in place. Also, Steren Store Agreement. First step, as Gary mentioned, download the Steren Store application from the dealer portal, start the process, get that submitted, and we will get rolling. Very excited about having all of you convert over to true Steren stores with a nice Steren sign on top of your building. Mark your calendars for the dealer webinar, Thursday, August 4th, 1 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. And Miss Elisa has a nugget of information for you.
Guys that are on the webinar, at the end of the webinar, we're going to email this presentation out to you so you actually have PDF version of this in case you weren't able to watch the whole webinar or get the last few slides. So look for that in your inbox in the next hour.
Great. Thanks, Elisa. Thanks, everybody, for your patience in the Epicor ERP conversion. Cricket Box program, participate. Get your Steren Store application in so we can protect your geography and support you at the highest level and get better discounts. Free freight. Join us again in a couple weeks and buy as much as you can for that free freight so that Jeremy's UPS stock goes up. Thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend.